Well, maybe you've heard their music. Now the girl group Fifth Harmony making headlines after one of their members is busted at a TSA checkpoint. The group shot to fame after appearing on Fox's The X Factor in 2012. One of their members, Lauren Jauregui, ran into some trouble at Dulles Airport near Washington, D.C., Chris.
To discuss what happened, Heidi Hamilton, you know her from the Frosty, Heidi and Frank show and Dish Nation. So at first it came out that she was arrested. Then maybe she wasn't actually arrested.
Well, that was, yeah, when it first came out, it was she was arrested because she got through one checkpoint at Dulles. And then, as it's happened to all of us, you go over here, we're going to do a secondary search. And on the secondary search, they found marijuana in her carry-on bag. So now they were like, oh, she got arrested and pulled to the side. And now her people are saying, no, she wasn't arrested. She was cited because weed is illegal and you can't, travel with it like that. And then, but she was released. But they weren't sure whether or not she was going to, because she was on her way to Brazil. And I looked it up because I thought, well, maybe in her brain, she thought, well, I'm going to Brazil where weed's legal, so it's fine. But I looked it up and marijuana's not legal in Brazil. So it wasn't even like that, where in her brain it might have been like, oh, I can take it there, can't I? No, you can't. So she was released and they're going to deal with it, but she didn't go to
she didn't make the concert.
No. So it was just the four girls that had to carry the weight in the Brazil show, and they're not sure when she's going to be back, even though her people said, no, this isn't going to affect any of her future dates, but it obviously affected the Brazil date because she wasn't there.
Right, and the fact that it was an international flight, I would think makes it more serious.
Yeah, and I don't know, I don't know if it's one of those things where she didn't realize it was in her bag. She was traveling with the other four members of the band. It's like, oh, I forgot that was in there. Oh, my God.
You don't think she was set up in any way?
No, but I think, and again, I don't think marijuana is that big of a deal, but I think when you are a young band like that, they're at the Kids' Choice Awards, that she's 20 years old. I think that's where it gets a little tricky.
The
because
image and the branding and
that's
the
not good
reputation.
because it's a young band.
Yeah.
And very successful band, too. So girl band, so girl power. But I think with the young girls watching, that's where she's like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
She'll bounce back. I don't think it's any, people have come back from way worse than a little weed in your carry-on bag.
You just wonder, though, why did she miss the cut? Did she miss the flight? Was she not wanting to be out in public after this?
That's probably a bit of it, where it's like, let's wait, let's pull back, let's figure out our strategy, because you got to come forward and say, what are you going to say about this?
Right.
Yeah. You're going to admit to the fans that, oh, yeah, I do that? Or are you going to... I was holding it for a friend. It wasn't mine.
I'm sure her people were managing.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, help me out with this. What do I do?
What's the message? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we told you earlier this week about the show Flip or Flop. Christina and Tarek El Moussa have one of the most popular home renovation TV shows. The Orange County couple split up after he flashed a gun. Police were called. Now there's a new development in this story, because they still have the show. They're still going to work together.
I don't know.
No?
I think they're going to, they're saying they're going to work together, but I think the real deal there is they have a contract with HGTV. Yeah. This has happened to a lot of reality shows. There's another show, Little People, Big World, where the husband and wife got divorced, and I think TLC was like, you have a contract, so you still have to be here and work together. I think and that's what these two are going to do too. I watched this show. People love them as a couple. They have a little girl. And they just had a little baby boy.
Kids.
Yeah, not that long ago. They've been married for 7 years. They've been doing the show for 3 seasons. It's a hit show. People really connect with those two. So much so that I want to say like a year ago, a lady was potentially saved Tarek's life because she was watching the show, and she reached out to him and said, I noticed you have a little swelling on your neck. And I had that too, and I had thyroid cancer. So get that checked. He got that checked, and it turned out he had thyroid cancer.
Remember, we had that story.
Yeah, so they're just this beloved couple that everyone loves, and they're just so cute together, and people are rooting for them. And then this whole gun incident happened, and it was really scary, and cops were called, and he said it was I was just protecting I was going on a walk to get some fresh air.
But they'd had a fight, I guess, and then he put the gun in the bag, went for a walk.
And he had a gun, and she was like, I think he might commit suicide. He's like, no, I was just protecting myself from mountain lions and whatever story you believe there. And they've been apart ever since, and are seeing other people, and haven't come forward with who they're seeing, but they're going to still work together.
But oftentimes we see on these shows that they're under the glare of the camera all the time, and it puts such a strain on their personal relationship, right? They're making big money, but then they can't stay together.
Well, because think of that. No matter how much you love your spouse, sometimes it's kind of nice to go, see ya, going to work, see you later, honey, as opposed to, oh, waking up and we're driving to work together, and then we're working together, and we're driving home. We're going home together. Ugh.
And cameras are trained on you.
I mean, at some point, you're like, I need a break. So yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure
Imagine
there.
that when you're separated.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Heidi, you can hear Heidi every morning on
See ya.
Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.5 KLOS. And you can see her weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Dish Nation, right here on Fox 11. Fifth Harmony right there. So good.
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah, they are good.
I like their music.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Heidi.
Of course.
And we'll be right back.
I'm worth it.